Hello everyone, I hope you're in need of some major decluttering motivation because today I've compiled the 4 of my most recent decluttering videos from the Declutter My Life series. I know what I'm decluttering, that I definitely need motivation to get it done. It can be a big task, but I hope that this video helps you at least get something started. Even if you only declutter one drawer in your house today, that is still a great start. I'm going to be decluttering my kitchen, my bathroom, my bedroom closet, my office, and my basement. This took me probably over 2 weeks in total to complete all of these rooms, but I've compiled it into this hour-long video to give you hopefully the motivation that you need. You'll have to let me know in the comments what you are decluttering today, and I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby, and today we are actually going to be decluttering my kitchen. If you are a returning subscriber or returning viewer, you'll know that I actually just did this a few weeks ago. I will link that video down below or in the corner somewhere. But it's been working out really, really well. Loving it. It still is looking really good, still organized, and it's been almost a month, so that's pretty good. But today we are going to organize the rest of my kitchen. We have some cabinets that just need to be gone through. It's really bad. So this is part of my decluttering series. I'll also link the video that I did last week down below. I just decluttered my office, closets, and bedroom area. So please check that out if you would like. It's part 1, so this is part 2. I'm doing my kitchen and my dining room area. So we have a bunch of stuff we got to get rid of. I have two of these. Like, why do I need that many utensils? I only use like 4. So like, we're going to be a little bit harder on ourselves. You know, we're going to declutter more than I usually would. I'm going to look at stuff and be like, do I really need this? Because it makes my house a mess when I have too much clutter. Like, it's hard for me to put stuff away, and I hate, one of my least favorite chores is washing dishes and putting them away, because I feel like there's never any space for them. We have a small kitchen as it is, and it's really outdated and it needs up. That's a whole nother thing, but I need to clear up my space. It's going to help clear my mind, and yeah, it's going to make it easier for me to do my daily tasks like putting away dishes. So if you like this kind of stuff and if you are enjoying this video, please give it a like. Subscribe to my channel if you want to stick around and watch the rest of my decluttering series. The biggest part is going to be my basement and my garage. I have stuff in there from when I was living at my parents' house years ago. So we have a lot to declutter, so if you'd like to stick around, definitely do that. And let's get started. So I'm going to lightly organize this as I'm going, but I was able to get rid of, so I got rid of a lot of the glass lids. The reason I did that is because those stainless steel, the silver lids will fit all of my pans. There's only one more lid that I have. It's currently drying, that fits my biggest pan that those lids wouldn't fit. So I'm thinking I'm just going to keep those, and what I'll do is I will put those lids in a box on the side for maybe just a couple weeks, just to make sure I don't need any of the extra lids. But if I could just get it down to just these like 5 or 6 lids, that would be great. I like only ever grab 3, so at most. So I like that. And then in here is where I have all my pots and pans. So I'm trying to figure out what would work best as I'm like cooking. If I want to grab something, where would I want to grab it? So yeah, and I have this now, since I got rid of all those lids. I have this that I could use, which is great. So I might use these for like my cutting boards and stuff. We'll see. But that's where I'm at now. Trying to figure that out. We'll see.
From my window.
So I was just showing you there, they're like hot plates, and my grandpa made those for me, and it said grandpa in the year 2019 when he made them for me. I thought that was so sweet. But yeah, so what I'm doing here is I'm just going in and reorganizing these pots and pans because I had got rid of all of those lids, and I had extra space and some extra organization tools. So I was just trying to figure out what would work best here, and ultimately I think what I did worked pretty well. I will say that I did get rid of more of the cutting boards after the fact because I was like, why do I need this many? I really only needed, the 3 different sizes, a big one, a medium one, and a small one that came together. I did get rid of the plastic ones. So I just kept the wooden cutting boards here. So those 3 that I just put in there, I did get rid of. But this cabinet was such a big transformation. It is so much nicer to get in here. I know where everything's at, and it's less stressful trying to get the stuff out of the back or on the top. So yeah, I think this turned out really, really well. So much easier, and this is what I was able to get rid of. Yeah, so now we're moving on to my utensil drawer. I reorganized this a few videos ago, probably a couple months ago now. And I just was able to see what I hadn't used, and so I got rid of quite a few things. I was pretty proud of myself, but there was some things that I did keep because they're not something that I use all the time, but they are stuff that I do use a few times a year. So I ended up moving those towards the back. But yeah, I just really went through and was like, okay, do I need this? Like, when's the last time I used this? That kind of thing, to help me declutter in an efficient way, but also like be harder on myself this time around.
Wake up, I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa, no, not yet, whoa, no, not yet, whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there?
So now I'm just working on the silverware drawer, which I was able to get rid of. A lot of those straws were just old. And then these knives, I'm like, why do I need so many knives? A lot of these were gifted to us when we moved into our house. So I just went through and was like, okay, which I don't use all of these. So got rid of some of those, and the ones out of this knife holder, was able to put some of the knives back in here that I wanted to keep, but ultimately I did get rid of about 4 or 5 of these because I just don't use them. And you'll also see me using this vacuum cleaner. I will link that below. They sent this to me a few videos ago, but I really do like it. It's really helpful, and yeah, here I'm like, why? Yeah, it's really helpful for this kind of project that I'm just doing the countertops and the cupboards and stuff. Makes it easy. But now I'm going through my kitchen utensils. I had 2 utensil jars. Yeah, I did not need that many. I did get it down to just 1, and I probably could get it down even more, but I wanted to see what I actually used. So I'm going to test it out and see what I use, and maybe in the next couple of months I will revisit the kitchen to declutter again. But yeah, I was very happy that I only had to put 1 on my countertop.
No, no, not yet. Whoa. I'm not gonna wake up. Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that horrid bitter. Maybe you taste
Now I'm just
it.
cleaning off the countertops, and then we are going to move into under the sink. Once again, this is a pain point for me. I organized this a few months ago, and yeah, it needs it again. And someone had commented before why I used baskets. I think it was under here, maybe in another cupboard. But I had problems with leaking cleaners, so I just kept them in the basket so that they would not leak in the cupboard and make it worse than it was. But anyways, I ended up finding a cleaner that was bought twice, and then I found a dish soap that I've been looking for, so I'm super happy about that. But I'm like, this is why I need to declutter, because I'm finding doubles of things. So yes, I'm going to reorganize this. I'm also going to not use that jar anymore for the dishwashing pods. It was kind of not doing a good purpose. It was just pointless, I guess I should say. If I was just, the tub was, that's perfectly fine to have them just in the tub. So I will be just using that. But yeah, I'm just putting the cleaners in here that I know that I'll grab for, and that's it. I'm not having any extras. The stuff that I was keeping, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll use this one day. No, I'm either donating it or getting rid of it because it's old and I just don't use it, and it's fine. If I didn't like the scent of something, I was just very, on the roll today of getting rid of stuff. So this is what I'm left with. That's what I got rid of, and I'm super happy about it. It looks so much better under here. 10 times better. So now we're moving into this Lazy Susan cabinet. It really didn't need a whole lot of decluttering. Basically, I was just checking expiration dates. I refilled this flour container. Mostly it was just, I think I got rid of some powdered sugar, but that was about it. This one I do try to keep up with just because of the ingredients are in there. I don't want like bugs or anything to get in here, so I try to keep this as clean as possible. But yeah, this one didn't need too much. And so we are going to be moving on to my spice cabinet. That was the worst. Oh my gosh. This is something I need to do way more often, is check the expiration dates on my spices. I'm one that just kind of just uses it and, forgets about it. But yeah, it needs to be done. So yeah, I'm checking all the expiration dates and had to get rid of about 90% of my spices. I will say that I don't use all of these. I'm bad at I'll find a recipe, I buy the spice instead of just borrowing it from somebody or seeing if my parents have some spice that I can just borrow. Because then what happens is you put it in the spice cabinet, you don't ever use it unless you use that one recipe, and then you forget about it. So yeah, I had to get rid of a lot of them. Some of them expired in 2021. So I kept what was not expired or ones that I use all the time that had not expired. So this is what I'm left with. And the Lazy Susan works so well because this is a small, narrow cabinet. But yeah, super happy about that. Not too happy that I had to throw away a bunch of stuff, but it is what it is. I can't, take can't take back what happened, but it happens. But yeah, so I'm just going to go through this little baking container and put in just what I use and get it all organized. And I actually ended up not using the top shelf, which was good because you'll see here in a second, yeah, me trying to get the stuff off the top shelf, I have to climb up on the countertops. So I didn't put anything up there because I didn't have to, and because it's hard to reach and I forget what's up there. So that's why I'm decluttering, because it's just not functional in some places. So this really, really helped, and I'm glad I was able to do it. So since I was decluttering this day, dishes had piled up because I was focusing on the decluttering part. So I'm going to actually clean the dishes here and get that whole countertop space cleared off. But while I'm doing this, I just want to ask you guys, what is the space in your house that gets cluttered the fastest? For me, it's definitely the kitchen. Between not having a whole lot of counter space and just cooking at home all the time, dishes pile up, snacks in the snack drawer because it's either too small or I'm not putting them away correctly. Those pile up and they just look very cluttered. So it's definitely my kitchen that gets cluttered very, very quickly. So let me know, what is the space in your house that gets cluttered the fastest? So I also hope that you're enjoying some of the music choices. I love trying to pick out music for the videos just because I have a very eclectic music taste. I love anything from country to old time to bluegrass to polka music to rap. Like, I grew up, my family, my mom and dad had always had different music tastes. My dad really likes songs from like the 80s and 90s, but then also my mom loved the early 2000s and like oldies, and she introduced me to like the music from like the 50s and 60s, and I absolutely love all different kinds of music. So I wanted to kind of bring that into the video. Obviously I'm getting my music royalty free and stuff like that, but I was like, I want to kind of incorporate different kind of music. So maybe you like something, you like a different kind of style than another person. So, I wanted to mix it up, put a different kind of music in my videos. So you have to let me know if you like that kind of thing. And if you also have an eclectic music taste, I can literally, my Spotify or my, playlists are very all over the place. Like, sometimes I'm in the mood to listen to country or bluegrass or whatever. Sometimes I'm in the mood to listen to rap. So you have to let me know. Are you the same way? But anyways, the last thing I'm doing here is cleaning out the hutch in my dining room. This is where I hold all of my cookbooks. So I'm just going through and getting rid of a few of those. And we're almost done decluttering for the day. Here in a second, I'm actually going to show you the 4th of July tissue box cover that my grandmother made. So, yep, I love showing those. But anyway, yes, we are almost done, and I will show you now what we got rid of. But thank you guys so much for clicking on my video today. I much appreciate it, and I hope to see you next week. Bye guys. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Abby, and today we are doing a major declutter of my office closet and my bedroom. So this is going to be part 1 of a decluttering series that I'm starting. I just realized that I have too much stuff, specifically clothes and just random stuff. As a stay-at-home mom, I realized that a lot of the clothes that I had were still from when I was working full-time, and I just needed to go through and just get rid of a bunch of stuff. I'm not the same size that I used to be anymore, so it's kind of pointless for me to hold on to all this stuff. And I realized that, you know, I have to keep my house clean, and it was making it much harder to put laundry away, to find space for newer items. So that ultimately led me to realize that I need to do a major declutter. So in this series, I'm going to be decluttering all around my house. So I'm starting off in my closet because for me, that was the easiest thing to declutter. I knew that there was clothes that I wanted to get rid of. So I thought I'm going to start in the easiest place to get the ball rolling. So this took me quite a few days. You will see some outfit changes here. Like this one here, this is actually the first day, but you can already tell that I got rid of a bunch of clothes out of the closet already. It's crazy how much stuff that I realized that I wasn't wearing anymore, or there was just no reason for me to hang on to it. And that's okay, it happens. You accumulate stuff, and that's just natural to happen, but I just realized that I'm over it, and I just want to declutter my life. I want to get my headspace better, and I knew that decluttering my stuff would help with that. So I am going through this little organizer here that we have. It had bathing suits in it, random sweatshirts, and some shoes. So I ended up only keeping a few bathing suits and a couple pairs of shoes. I'm also going to be going through this little cart here that we have for crafts and just kind of going through and see what I can get rid of. We had 2 magnifying glasses. I don't know. Probably should have got rid of both, but I figured I'll keep one. I'm going to also be asking my husband some things, some second opinions on some things, just because not all of the stuff is all just mine, and I'm not going to get rid of something if I don't know if he wants it. So this here is actually some travel items, so I'm going to go through, check the expiration dates. I actually ended up getting rid of so much stuff that I consolidated most of the stuff into one container, so I was able to use the second container for something else. So already seeing progress. So I mainly do cleaning, decluttering, and organizing on this channel. So if you like that kind of stuff, I hope you stick around. If you like this video, I hope you give it a like. And if you really like this stuff and you haven't already, please subscribe. That would mean the world to me, and join this wonderful community that we have going here. And hit that bell notification so you'll be notified of my future decluttering videos. So I'm going through my bags and purses here. I went through and just donated a bunch of the extra grocery bags that I didn't need. I got rid of 2 purses. So the purple bag that I'm touching right here is full of bags that my grandmother actually made, and I just couldn't get rid of those. But what I kept is stuff that I do use, so I was able to consolidate it from 2 containers down to 1, and then just those 2 duffel bags. So I was pretty happy about that. And also in this clip, I was eating a drumstick ice cream cone. I had a few seconds that my son was not with me, so the dog's trying to eat it. So I took advantage of that and was eating an ice cream cone. But anyways, I was able to fit all the smaller purses and bags in this container and was able to donate the other ones. So this container, that blue container I have, that is where I put all my donation items, and once it's full, I take it to Goodwill, Salvation Army, wherever I'm taking it. So I always have that sitting out, and if I go through something and I'm donating stuff, I'll put it in there, and then once it's full, I donate it. So little tip, I guess. But anyways, these are my nursing and maternity outfits. I'm going to put these all together. We are not done having children, but I don't need these right now. A lot of them are fall stuff, so I'm just going to put them in that organizer just to get them out of the way. They don't need to be hanging up right now. But yeah, this was so great that I was able to empty this out enough to be able to put all this in here and get the clutter just out of the closet. And now I have a place that I know where it's all together and I know where it's at. So it's great. And here's my desk. It is a pain point for me. And yes, the mail. Someone had commented on my videos that the mail, like, it haunts me. It's not. I need a shredder or some better way to organize it, but we'll get there eventually. It's an ongoing process. So we move on to the dresser that holds like my pants and then t-shirts. So I am really bad at collecting t-shirts. I still have t-shirts from high school. I was in the marching band and we got so many t-shirts, and there's so many good memories. And I think what I want to do ultimately, and I've seen people do it, is turn those t-shirts into like a blanket, because I don't want to get rid of them. They're like t-shirts that we made and stuff like that. So I keep a lot of them and they're in this drawer. So I'm just going through, and I did end up getting rid of about 10 t-shirts, which I was really happy about. Just some that I haven't worn in probably 10 years. So I'm like, you know what? It's time. I got to do it. So I'm just going through all of these drawers, getting rid of what I can. The jeans, yeah, I'm not the same size as I was. So I did end up getting rid of about 80% of the jeans that I have. I kept 2 that I could fit into if I were to get pregnant, and then the rest, I think I kept 2 pairs of jeans. Yeah, these 2 pairs of jeans, and then 2 pairs of dress pants just in case, and a few pairs of leggings, and that was it. I was very happy. It just makes it so much easier to put clothes away when you only have a few in the drawer. So, and I'm only really keeping what I know I wear. And so this drawer here is sweatshirts. I got rid of like 3 or 4 sweatshirts. And yeah, I just have a few that are like holiday ones. But yeah, look at all this stuff that we're donating. The blue container got overfilled, so I'm just putting stuff in this bag. And yes, we're getting rid of so much stuff. And I ended up putting the hoodies that were in that container in this drawer because I was able to move it all into one area. So now I know where all of my sweatshirts and hoodies are.
Wide awake is the way that you left me, side by side in your car in the backseat. Wide awake is the way that you left me. Oh, now it's clear we are here back at your house, and I keep fading into the background. I'm wide awake now, you keep missing out for
So moving back over to the closet, all of these boxes up here are like, my husband likes to keep boxes for electronic items that we have. So like our modem, our router, this PlayStation. So what I decided to do is this little gray box used to hold extra toilet paper, but since I reorganized both bathrooms, I was able to put extra toilet paper in there. So then I just used this bin to hide those boxes. It's just a compromise, you know, if he wants to keep them, at least I can hide them up there. So now I'm going through my husband's dresser. This just has a lot of his work clothes and dress shirts and things like that. I got rid of about 90% of his stuff in here, just because where he works now, he does not need this kind of item, these kind of clothes. But I ultimately did wait until he got home to put them in a bag to donate because, like I said, that's his stuff. Ultimately, it's his decision. So I knew that there was things in here that didn't fit him anymore that I was able to put in the donation bag, but I did end up getting rid of a lot of the dress shirts. Like I said, either they were worn out, they weren't the right size, or he just didn't wear them. So I only kept one, I think, thermal long sleeve shirt, and the rest were like long underwear for winter. I did keep those, and then these wool socks that he wears to work in the wintertime, I just put those all together, and then all of these together, and it fit just great. And then this bottom drawer is just our ski supplies. I was able to get rid of maybe one or two things out of this drawer, but it really didn't need too much decluttering because we only had a few things. So yeah, this is what I was able to take out of there. Feels great. And then this is what I decluttered out of this room. Oh my goodness, my desk looks a little bit better. We're getting there. And then I ended up putting the shoes back up on the top of this drawer. And yes, look at this. Oh my gosh. All those hangers are stuff that I got rid of. All I have is a few dresses back there, summer and spring clothes, and then wintertime sweatshirts that do take up a little bit more space, but it looks 10 times better in here. Everything has a spot, and it makes me so happy. Yeah, it's great. It's great. And then I will show you here in a second my husband's side. Yeah. I was so proud of myself.
Cause you know the world is beautiful, so beautiful. Cause you know the world is beautiful, so beautiful. And I just can't hide how I feel about you.
So now we are in my bedroom, and this is my nightstand. It has been neglected, that's for sure. I organized this probably a year ago, and it worked for a while, but now it's just becoming too cluttered. So I knew I needed to get rid of a bunch of things in here. We had too many chargers, just stuff that I wasn't using, and just I don't know why I was keeping it. So going through the top drawer here, it's hard for me to get rid of some things. I had a lot of sentimental items in here, and basically what I put back was like a journal, my Bible, I had a heating pad, you'll see there in the top right, some chapstick, and yeah, that was really about it. I really wanted to go through and get rid of what I wasn't using. So in that little container, I just have like ponytails, scrunchies, a few sentimental things, but the rest of it, I was able to either put in a different place or just get it out of this drawer in general. And then the second drawer, this is where I keep all my chargers, electronic things. I had sunglasses in here. It was crazy. So I ended up getting rid of about 50% of our chargers, and just the charging cords. Like, we had so many of the same kind, it was unnecessary. So you see I have two baskets. So in the one basket I have like phone chargers, extra devices for our phones, phone cases, whatever. And then in the other one I have like portable chargers and chargers for other things like a vacuum, just random things like an iPad charger. So that's how I separated it. Yeah, me trying on sunglasses. Why I have sunglasses in my nightstand. So but yeah, so I'm just separating out a bunch of stuff and getting it organized. going through and decluttering what I don't need so that the next time I have to find a charger, I know where it's at for one, and I can tell my husband if he's looking for one exactly where they're at, because you know how that goes, you know?
Shiny lights and purple sky, everything's so bright. 기다려왔어 지금이야. Turn off your phone and off your mind.
So you have to let me know in the comments what area in your house gets cluttered the fastest. For me, it's the kitchen. It's always cluttered, so we will be working on that in one of my next videos. Like I said, this is part of a series, so I want to do my kitchen, I want to do my basement and my garage. Like I said, I've had this feeling of like, okay, I need to go through and get rid of the stuff. I just have some odds and ends. This is like, you heat it up and it smells like lavender and stuff. Yeah, just some odds and ends up here, stuff that I grab for often. And then this is all of like chargers. Like this is different kind of chargers for different things. This is mainly phone chargers, a camera, and then an extra box for a pair of headphones. And then down here is just like memories and stuff that I don't really know where else to put, but they fit just fine in there. Looking good. And then this is just the stuff that I'm left with. This will go in like the travel stuff, wallets, child safety container, some garbage, donate, that goes somewhere else. These are like, see if somebody else needs them, but we don't need that many extra chargers, and these go downstairs. Then the top here is pretty organized already. I just have this little basket of like stuff that I grab for often, like silicone rings. This is my jewelry box that's been organized, and yeah, so pretty minimal. There's a suction cup for a toy. Pretty minimal on top of the nightstand. My husband's nightstand is pretty organized already. I've done it before, so I'm not going to go in there, but very minimal on top as well. Just his lamp and the alarm clock. Honestly, the closet's not too bad. We just have like hiking backpacks, extra blankets, or like a firebox, and some extra sheets. And then these are just my husband's clothes, which I just looked through not long ago, and we got rid of a bunch of stuff in here. And then just some dress clothes. And then down here, I just have like his clothes are organized, like shorts, socks. So this has all been organized already. So I think we're pretty good in here. So just a quick overview. These are, I can't get rid of, just things that my grandma has made that I don't want to get rid of. This is what I use when we travel. This has extra purses and diaper bags. I have Disney stuff, travel stuff, and then child safety stuff in there. Just pictures, and then here's those extra boxes and stuff for my husband's gaming system. These are all like winter clothes. This is my spring and summer clothes. These are my dresses. This is everything that I was able to get rid of. That's looking great. And then down here, I just have some pictures that still need to be hung up. This is the craft table or craft cart that I went through not long ago. And then in here, I just put extra shoes, just 2 pair. Oh, these are just like memories and things that went through before not too long ago. Then this is just bathing suits. I have just 3 suits in here. This is just one that I wore when I was little, just sentimental thing, but that's really good. And then down here is just like maternity and nursing tops that I don't need right now. And yeah, looking a lot better. And then in here, my husband's, his work clothes, and then just like overflow of like medicines and stuff. And then
Down here is just some dressier shirts. We have two sweaters, and then I kept 3 just like pullover shirts. He doesn't wear these very often, so I'm not gonna keep a bunch of them. And then down here is just winter stuff, so like thermal. I kept 1 thermal shirt, and then his like long underwear and stuff like that, and then all of his wool socks. And then down here is just our ski stuff, which we don't do very often, so just a few things down there. And then in my dresser, the top here, I just have a few tank tops, a few like t-shirts and shirts from Disney, tank tops, and then like some pajamas that I wore when I was in the hospital with when my son was born. This is all shorts. So I have two pairs of jean shorts, 1 pair of dressy shorts. This, I just have 2 sweatpants. And then these are just like sleep shorts and workout shorts. And then in here, these are my t-shirts. I have a hard time getting rid of a lot of these. Some of them in the back, they're from like high school that I need to like turn into a blanket or something. I don't know. But I can't get rid of them right now. But I wear t-shirts every single day. And then down here is just sweatshirts and hoodies. These are all the ones that I own. And then down here is jeans. I have like 2 pairs of skinny jeans, 1 pair of like work jeans, a couple pairs of leggings, and then 2 like dressier pants for like church and anywhere I need to dress up, I guess. So thank you guys for watching. We did get rid of a lot of stuff in the video today. This is just my office. I have a lot of other areas in my house to declutter, especially my kitchen. I feel like that needs to be gone through again. And my basement. Oh my gosh, my basement is going to be such a huge declutter, and my garage. So stick around if you want to see those. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Abby, and today this is part 3 of my decluttering series, and we are doing a quick declutter of my house. We have a few rooms to go through. I only have about an hour on one day and like a half hour on another, so we're going to try to get as much done as possible within the time frame that I have. There is a lot more that needs to be decluttered, especially in this room. As you can see, there's a few shelves here that really need to be gone through, but that will be a whole separate video. I needed my husband's help for this, and he was not home on this day, so I am doing what I can with the time that I have. But first, we are going to be looking through some baby items. We are planning on having more children, but we do have some things in here that I know that I really didn't use the first time around, and I don't think I'm going to need it the second time around. So I'm going to go through and declutter as much as I can and give this stuff to people who may need it, or try to sell it either on Facebook Marketplace or like Once Upon a Child, just to get some money for things that we may need for our second. So if you're enjoying this kind of content, I hope that you stick around and subscribe if you like it. Click the thumbs up if you are enjoying it, and hit the bell notification if you want to be notified of any upcoming videos. But this is what I was able to get rid of down in the basement regarding some baby stuff, so super happy about that. Like I said, this is pretty quick, so I moved from the basement to our garage. There was just this pile here that has been driving me nuts. It's stuff that came out of the car, And I have some tips for you guys on what to do. So I am getting rid of trash first. That is the easiest way for me to just go through and get rid of some stuff. Then I give each item a few seconds. I pick it up, grab it. Do I really need this? I think about the last time that I used the item, and like, do I really need this? And then will I need this in the next 6 months? So I also have to take into account if it's a seasonal item, obviously his toys, like that lawnmower, he's going to be using it now because it's summertime. If it was, wintertime, I'd be like, is he going to use it within the next 6 months? Probably. So that's just how I do it. I want to make sure that I'm going through each item as quick as possible, but also taking into account if I really need it. So those are my tips for some decluttering. Now we're moving on to the bathroom. This was driving me absolutely nuts. Anytime I would try to grab something, it would all fall over, it would all fall out. So I was like, it's time to declutter under this cabinet. I organized this in a video before and it's been working, but I've added some more stuff to it and it just wasn't working anymore. And I needed to go through and check expiration dates, get rid of some things that I knew we weren't using, and just get this place more tidy. And I really like the way it looked in the end. I was able just to get rid of a few things, but that helped out so much. You don't have to get rid of a lot when you're decluttering, even if it's just a couple things, but as long as you feel better about the space after you do it, that's all that really matters. And it only took me really like 10 minutes in this bathroom. I took 10 minutes in the garage and maybe 20 minutes in the basement. That's all I needed. So I was pretty satisfied with how it looked afterwards, and it took no time at all for it to get back to a better state, that's for sure. So after the bathroom, we are going to be moving into my son's room, which was an absolute mess, because when you're decluttering, some other areas of the house tend to get a little messy, but that's okay. So what I wanted to do is go through his dresser and his clothes and put away any of the clothes that no longer fit him, and then also declutter some clothes that I knew that we just either had excess of, or if we had a second, I just really wouldn't need because of just timing and things. Some seasonal clothes, in the sizes that they were, I might not need them for the second. So sometimes I feel like, we are gifted a lot, or hand-me-downs, and which I love. But sometimes I just feel like we have too much for the amount that we actually need. So I ended up decluttering some clothes here and trying to either give them to somebody who needs them, or you can sell them back to like a place like Once Upon a Child. If you needed to, purchase another baby item, I think that's a really good idea if you can sell some things. Especially if they are like new. A lot of these things he hadn't worn, so that's when I knew like, hey, we have too much time to go through and get rid of what he hasn't worn. And so I was able to get it down to just these 3 containers, and it fit in the drawer super nice, and it was very satisfying in the end. So super happy I was able to go through and get rid of some of these things.
I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed.
So I really appreciate you guys clicking on this video today and watching it. That just means so much to me. I have been loving watching this channel grow. I enjoy making videos so much. It gives me it gives me something to look forward to in the week, and I really do enjoy organizing. I like cleaning. I don't like cleaning all things, but it is satisfying for me, and I love watching cleaning videos, so that's why I love doing this. But I love seeing the community grow and like the people in the comments, and just that just makes me so happy. And I would love, my ultimate goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. When you get to 1,000 subscribers, you do have that chance to be monetized, and it would be great to be able to contribute monetarily a little bit to my family and to help out, while also doing something that I love. So my goal is by hopefully the end of the summer to get to 1,000. I think I'm at 600 and some subscribers right now, and that to me is amazing and a goal in and of itself. But if you haven't already subscribed and you would love to help me on my journey, or just join me on my journey here on YouTube, that would be amazing if you would hit subscribe. But even just you watching this video today helps me out tremendously. So I just wanted to come on here and say thank you so much for being part of my journey. You'll also notice here that I am going through and decluttering some toys. My son is grown out of a lot of these toys that I have up here, so I wanted to get those into storage downstairs, hence why I need to declutter way more down there. But I wanted to get them out of his room. He had grown out of probably 85% of these toys, and so I wanted to get those all separated and then focus on the toys that he plays with right now, and then do a little toy rotation. I love toy rotation. I think he plays with so much more and has so much more independent play when he is not overwhelmed by toys. So I think I can always do better with it, but it's an ongoing process. I'm still learning, but I really like the idea of a toy rotation. So I try to do it as often as possible. And so that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go through and declutter some things, put some things in storage, and just go through what was in his closet, because it was way more than I was expecting. So that's what we're going to do now.
Before the clock runs out, sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes, and I save the details that actually mean something. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up.
If you are curious on how I do toy rotation, I have made a few videos about it in the past that I will link either on the screen or down below. It's pretty simple the way I do it, but I do go into more detail in those other videos. But here I'm just putting some of the toys back that were a little bit bigger that he's currently not using, and then we will go out in the living room and put away and declutter some of those toys, just to make my life a little bit easier and to make it less overwhelming for him while he plays.
Let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. I'm not gonna wake up.
So my plan is to hopefully have one more video in the decluttering series. I'm hoping to do the basement. It needs much more work than I did in today's video, but I also have a super clean with me coming up after the holidays this past week with the 4th of July. We have a messy house. We were just running all over the place. So I will have that coming up maybe by the end of this week. If not, it will be next week's video. But thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today we are doing the declutter of my basement. This has been like a month in the making, but I'm finally getting around to doing it. I wanted to declutter this area before I decorated for fall or Christmas or Halloween, because this is where we hold a lot of our decorations, and you'll see later in this video that we actually keep it in what we call our Harry Potter room under our stairs. So I'm starting here in this back corner where we keep all of our storage shelves. I have filmed this area a few times before. It is definitely a pain point for my husband and I. We hold on to a lot of stuff, and when you have children comes a lot of stuff for them as well. So we have two shelves that hold like baby stuff, and then this one shelf here on the left that I'm going through first has all of our camping supplies. Now, since having a little one, we have not tent camped in about 3 years. So I'm just going through stuff that we use when we do that and getting rid of stuff that I know we're not going to use again, or it's just not feasible to keep if we're not actually camping in a tent anymore. So I'm going to keep some things, but a lot of the stuff I was like, you know what, we're just going to get rid of it. I had two sets of like oars for an inflatable kayak that we have. I'm like, we only need the one set of them. So I'm just going through with more of a fine tooth comb than I had before and asking myself, am I really going to be using this stuff in the next year? And the answer was no. I definitely put that in the giveaway pile. Now, everything that I'm putting on the couch is the items that I was thinking about getting rid of. I did ask my husband before taking any of this stuff to the donation center, because a lot of this stuff is his. He was in Boy Scouts growing up, so he has accumulated a lot of camping gear, and I camped growing up too. So between the two of us, we had a lot of stuff, and I wanted to make sure that he was aware of what I was getting rid of. And yeah, we ended up getting rid of a lot of stuff, and I will show you in the end how much I was able to get rid of. But I'm just moving some stuff around. I'm organizing it a little bit better, because I'm like, there has to be a better way to utilize these shelves, because I just cannot stand all this stuff like on the floor in front of the shelves. I'm like, that's what the shelves are for.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious, idiots, thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna.
So this is actually all of the stuff I was able to get rid of, and here is me trying to take a thumbnail picture. Oh my. Something I'm going through now that is probably one of the hardest things to go through and declutter is sentimental items. And here is a container of stuff from basically my childhood. So anything that was in my room growing up, different papers from school, things like that.
are in this basket. So I'm gonna go through and see if there's anything that I could get rid of. I already saw a few things right off the top. If I can condense this down to something a little bit smaller. It's stuff that I never look through but is very sentimental to me. So let's see if we can go through it. I said it's a difficult one to, go through, but if there's papers, things that I haven't looked at in years and probably I'll definitely get rid of. I think this is from like first grade or something like that. It's stuff that if it really means something to you, absolutely you can keep it, but I want to make this container. I want to put things, I have 2 containers like this, so I'd like to condense them into one. So that's my goal. If I can do that, that would be great. So let's see how we can do.
So like I said, this is a box of sentimental stuff. This is mostly just paper, like paper clutter, I guess. You'll notice a lot of like birthday cards. I had birthday cards from like my first birthday. I cannot get rid of like cards, Christmas cards, birthday cards. Let me know if you're the same. A lot of drawings that I did when I was younger, a lot of papers from high school. I was in the band in high school, so I had a lot of those. I found this Fast Pass from Disney World for Soren from like 2010. But there's a lot of stuff like that. So I got rid of a lot of stuff that I'm like, I don't know why I was keeping hold of this. Like there was brochures for like, or playbills from like musicals in high school that I was not even a part of. So I was like, why am I holding on to these? So I just went through and looked through a lot of the stuff like that. I had old like hockey cards that I was keeping for whatever reason. So I had 3 piles. I had a maybe pile, I had a trash pile, and then I had the keep pile that I ended up putting back into the box. What was nice is at the end of this, I was able to consolidate another box of like memories that I had. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. I did keep all the cards because, like I said, I can't get rid of them. Just a lot of like little knickknacks that mean something to me. So my thought is if I only have this little case and it's a smaller like Rubbermaid container of memories, then, that's okay. That's all right. But this is the other box. I ended up getting rid of about 95% of this. So now I'm going to use that gray case that I had gotten rid of stuff out of and put the donate items in there just to make it easier to put in my car. So now we are back over in the shelf area, and I'm like, I have to have a better way to utilize this shelf. So I had this little container that had just a few hammocks in there, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. I'm just gonna put them in this container that I have our camping stuff in. So that's what I'm doing, and that saved that whole shelf area that I was able to put some other things and clear up the sides of the shelves here, and that made a huge difference. And I'm also going to be moving this desk, you'll see here in a second, and that'll save some room next to the fridge that I'm able to put some other things just to keep this just a lot less cluttered looking, I guess. But yeah, definitely making some headway down here.
So this is that desk I was talking about. My grandfather made this for me when I was in high school, and so we want to eventually move it upstairs to my son's room when he's old enough, but for right now we are storing it down here, and so I'm actually going to move that into our quote-unquote Harry Potter room, and that saved me some space over here that I'm able to move this little nightstand and our suitcase. So definitely love that. I'm gonna put our camp chair here, and then yeah, this is the Harry Potter room. This is where we have all of our decor items, our Christmas stuff, and then a couple of our memory boxes in here. So I'm gonna be moving. These were empty. I actually went through and decluttered under here not too long ago, so these are empty containers I'm going to move out of here. And then I just have a couple boxes of like hockey cards down at the bottom that I'll move, and then I will be moving this desk into here, and I think it works really well. We just have to make sure that we have a path to our sump pump. There is a sump pump in there, and but other than that, I was so excited. There is a lot of room under here, so I'm definitely glad I'm able to utilize this area a lot better. So now it's kind of hard to see because of the camera angle, but I'm actually I'm condensing or consolidating two containers I had. My husband keeps a lot of his books from college. He works as an engineer, so he does actually reference a lot of books. So I'm just consolidating. We had two containers. I consolidated it into one, and yeah, so I'm just going to put back, I have this old box of like baby dolls from when I was little that I kept, and then that little memory box that I went through, and I was able to fit that all in here, which I'm super happy about. And yeah, here is the finished basement. So excited. Baby stuff that I'm getting rid of. This is donate, and some stuff back there is donate. This is containers that are empty, trash, and then all these containers are empty now. Thank you guys for watching today's video. We finally got the basement decluttered and organized a little bit better. I wanted to get that done before I do any kind of decorating for the fall, so it is nice to get that done and organized. So if you enjoyed this video, I hope you gave it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and ring that bell notification for notifications for upcoming videos. So I will see you next week. Bye guys.